Alright, hey everybody, welcome to a new segment we're calling Plot Summaries from Mutiny Studios. I'm going to be going through some of my favorite shows, and I'm not really going to be reviewing them. I'm just going to be showing you the basic outline of what happens, the characters, and basically recommending to you to watch the show for these reasons. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. The first show that I'm going to be doing for this series is Sword Art Online. I need to clarify, right now I'm just doing Season 1 of Sword Art Online. You can find the show on Netflix, and so this is Season 2. If you see guns, you have gone too far. This is a different one that I'll be doing later. This is the one I'm doing. They're both on Netflix. This one. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, Origins. So yeah, it started as in 2009 as a Japanese light novel series written by them and illustrated by Beck. The series has spawned 8 manga adaptations published by ASC2 Media Works and Kadokawa. Okay, so on to the plot. The story starts out, it's the year 2022. Virtual reality, massively multiplayer online role-playing game called Sword Art Online is released. Now, the way that they use these is through the Nerve Gear, which is the picture on your left, and basically you put it over, it goes with your cognitive functions, and sort of takes over, puts your mind completely inside of a gaming universe. On the launch day, they go in, and the game master, the person in the top middle there, he basically tells all 10,000 of these people around the world that are playing that they are trapped inside the game and they are not able to log out until they go through all 100 levels of this place that they are in. Another thing that he does is he says that if you die in this game, you die in real life. He explains it as the nerve gear will zap your brain and you will die. So, everyone gets one life, and it basically from there branches into a social experiment, seeing what people will do and how they will interact. As you can see from some of these pictures, it depends. Guilds are formed, friendships are made, all that just for us to fight and get to the top of the location, which I will explain later. So, the story follows the development of the protagonist, Kazuto Kirito Kirigaiga, as he progresses through the game. His gaming name is Kirito, and that's what I'm going to call him the rest of the time. So, the world that they are in, that the game has trapped them in, is a giant floating castle called Ironcrad with 100 floors in it. Each floor has a completely different environment and different houses and shops and cities and all that sort of stuff. And to progress to the next level, each floor has a boss that everyone has to work together to defeat. Okay, so we're on to characters now. These are the good guys. So, the protagonist, main character, Kirito. He's considered a lone wolf right off the bat of the game, not just because of his personality, but because he's one of the 1,000 beta testers for the game on pre-release. And so when everyone is locked inside, they realize that the beta testers have an advantage over the rest, and so most people turn away from them, labeling Kirito especially as a beater or beta cheater. As he becomes more well known throughout the world and develops his skills, he starts to help others and cares deeply for all the people that he tries to protect. On top of that though, he is kind of completely ignorant of the fact that every single woman he encounters falls madly in love with him. So Asana Yuki, she's the love interest of Kirito and one of the head commanders of the Knights of the Blood Oath Guild within this world. She is known for her sword skills and her deep compassion for others, but especially Kirito. Keelan is the best friend of Kirito, meets him on the first day, but then they separate and are reunited later. He is sort of a comedy relief character within it because of his hopeless romantic attribute. No matter what girl it is, he will try to seduce them or date them, and it usually never works out. But he is the guild leader of Firnikan. Excuse my pronunciation, but he's the guild leader of them, one of the clearing guilds that was in the game. Okay, Agil is one of the many shopkeepers that are within this game, and although he is a shopkeeper, he's also a master at the battle axe and is known throughout the world with his skills in combat. And you find out later, but most of the time he is selflessly helping every single player that he can so that no one will die. So most of the proceeds from his shop go to helping others. Celicia. She is not a super powerful character, not a great warrior, but she's a very kind-hearted person and loves every aspect of this game. So Celicia becomes most well known for her beast taming. She is the first to tame a small dragon, and because of that, a lot of the higher level players want her to be a part of their group, but don't really respect her as a person or a player in the game, and she's more a mascot. Over time, she ends up meeting Kirito, and like all other women, falls madly in love with him. Lisbeth. She's a blacksmith, owns her own shop, very skilled in combat and crafting weapons and armor. She's the best friend of Asana, but also loves Kirito. The Knights of the Blood Oath. Their leader is Heathcliff, the guy in the red there in that picture. They're one of the most powerful guilds in SAO, Sword Art Online. Clearing guilds, it means that they go through each of the levels trying to get to the 100th floor, and so they go through and try to kill as many bosses as they can. And they are the authority of Ironclad, the world that they are in, because of their large number and their power. Villains! The two main villains in this game are Kabaya Akihito. He's the game developer and inventor of the Nerve Gear, the person that basically decided to trap 10,000 people within his game and see who lives. So the other main antagonists within the story are the Laughing Coffins Guild. They're known as a murder guild throughout SAO, but in the beginning, the founders believed that there was no way to actually prove that someone was dead or alive in the game, and so they started killing for fun. Over time, though, they began to transition into insane serial killers. So they were the guild that people would call when they wanted assassinations, any sort of criminal activity done. These people were willing and able to do it. So yeah, that's my quick breakdown of Sword Art Online Season 1. I just wanted to go through some of the basics of it and hopefully convince some people that they should give this show a try. It's one of my favorite shows, and I really enjoyed watching it, so maybe some of you would also enjoy it. Some of the other things I like about the show, as you can see through the pictures, the animation style I think is absolutely wonderful. The characters and how they progress is also really great. And then, towards the end, I'm not giving any spoilers in this, but how they arc from one thing to another throughout the story is also very interesting. So if you are interested in the show, definitely check it out and see all that stuff. That's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.